too long did not read. We had a bad session, and I'm kind of bummed about it. So I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna have a question in this video. It's just me. The boys aren't here because we don't have much to talk about, and so okay. Let me get to it. Okay. Bad session came from two reasons that I can tell. First one is I'm tired, or I was tired. I was tired for the game. I was up late, I think, the previous night, but then also had like a long day today where I went to the beach. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit sunburned. And the trip to the beach was 4 other people, so I couldn't really leave at the time that I wanted to, and that meant that I got home like about 6 o'clock, and our game starts at like 7:30. So I had to like take a shower and like eat stuff, and then there was like a little bit of prep I had to do. I didn't have to do too much prep because I tried to do some of my prep work while I was out. I was looking for like just a small dungeon to throw my characters into, or my players into. Again, I'm tired, so I'm even having trouble focusing on this video, and I've already started and stopped this video like 6 times, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. What was I saying? Okay, so I'm tired, and did I mention the shopping thing? So we started off and the players were in a settlement, okay, and it's like the first time we've been in a settlement for it's first time out of 7 sessions, and this was our 8th session. So it was like the first time they could do like, well, we want to buy a saddle for the giant spider. We want to buy a shoulder strap. Like they wanted to get some stuff, okay? But the problem was, two of my players were not interested in doing any shopping. Like one of them wanted to go out and like hunt a raccoon, and another one of them wanted to go out and like follow that one, but also wanted to start getting going, okay? And so since my wife, who's leading the party, she probably should have just said, look, we're not going to be leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning because people want to be buying stuff, and we're going to leave at like 10 in the morning. But she didn't say that. So that meant that like one player was like trying to get everyone to go, and another player was like going off and doing their own thing. And then someone was like, oh, actually I buy this thing. So our shopping time just like, it took a long time. Like we ended up probably spending like 2 hours of the game like doing shop stuff, and with that shopping stuff there was like some NPC interactions where like my son wanted like that flaming sword, and I don't really have a flaming sword for him, but I did have a quest thread that my blacksmith left with him where it was like, hey, if you go get me this mythical sword, I'll find a way to make you something, and there's this legendary sword hidden somewhere. And I gave him like a location where it was in like a troll cave or whatever. Anyway, so there's a bunch of things that happened in the shopping thing, but the shopping thing dragged. And so like, okay, here's my question: how do you run shopping time? I don't mean downtime, because they weren't taking downtime. And I understand downtime in Shadowdark even has its own like system, the carousing system. So we weren't doing that because I understood my players were like, we're getting out of here, we got missions, we're doing stuff, okay? But that still didn't change the fact that they wanted to be buying things. And since they want to be buying things, anyways, what do you do to run it? How do you organize it? Are there tables? Do you make like literal shops? Like piece of paper, like here's what the grocer has, here's what the armor smith has. Like, do you make, I know that Satori, one of the people in the comments here, has been recommending the cities and settlement. It's not a compendium. It's like oh my goodness. It's like a book. It's like a book. That's all I have. I'm so sorry. So there's like a book, and it's like cities and settlements, and it helps you run them and stuff. Obviously, I probably could use that, okay? But even with that, there's maybe something I'm doing wrong. Like one of the things one of the problems, okay? So this is the reason why I say our game session went badly, is like when we got to our stars and wishes, like people were having, including me, people were having a hard time thinking of stuff that was like, here's a star. So like right away, I'm like, okay, all right. Like everything went kind of poorly. And then, both my friend in Thailand and my son was just like, he wasn't engaged for most of the game. And my friend in Thailand was like not engaged for any of the shopping. And so I totally lost it again. I'm so sorry. Oh, the thought I had was maybe I should do like clocks, because like my friend in Thailand complained about the way the shopping went. Like he didn't like that this was happening at this time. And so I was like, okay, oh, you're right. You guys are right. My mistake. I should probably go, okay, it's 7 o'clock. Where are each of you? It's 7:30. Where are each of you? You know, or maybe I go, okay, what time do you guys want to leave? I needed to be more direct and go like, what time do you guys want to be out of the town? And then Marshall's like, you know, like, well, we want to go at 7. And everyone else was like, no, we got to like buy stuff, right? So, and it might be because I'm tired. I didn't do that. So I'm bummed. I'm bummed. It was like a not great session. And now we don't have a session next week because we have 2 players gone, and it's like, they're in the middle of like a situation that's kind of a fight, or it's like it can turn into a fight. And trying to start it up without those 2 players would be like, it'd be hard to do. So next week might be a week that we test out a new system. I think Marshall agreed to testing out Dragonbane with us. So, yeah, so maybe we'll just try one of the pre-written campaigns for Dragonbane or something like that. Something simple. I think that's it. You know, like I don't, you know, the night case. All right. Let me give myself a little caveat here. So the nice thing is we went from the gauntlet to like a story to like we went from the gauntlet to a story to like a world setting, and my players now understand some stuff going on. And so we kind of got out of the epilogue, or like the startup of the story. And, you know, we had this jump into the settlement where there was like some shopping time. And this was our first time doing shopping in Shadowdark, like first time we've been to a settlement. So like part of me was like, okay, it's fine that we spent a lot of time here because there's, you know, we haven't done it a lot, right? But then the nice thing is, okay, I got them off onto a quest. Basically, someone directed them and said, hey, the thing you're looking for might be here. And so they decided, well, we want to go to the place where the thing is that we're looking for. And so they chose to head out there, and they're heading out to the place where the thing is. And that thing that they're looking at is right next to the Muggle Blood, whatever it's called, the first cursed scroll. I can't think of the name of it. It's the manor, the cursed manor. And so my players will essentially now have a couple places that they can explore. And, you know, I think that's been the nice thing about this hex crawl thing, is I can just drag and drop some dungeons in here, you know, some adventures. And so if they decide to explore the Muggle place, I can't remember the name, Bitter Mold, there we go. If they decide to explore the Bitter Mold place, great. Then I've got like a kind of the next 4 or 5 sessions. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get through Bitter Mold, but there you go. That's a caveat. So I'm not too disappointed, because like we moved from one thing to another. So like we kind of got out into this, we got from this big open, like who knows what they're going to do. And we're back into a dungeon again. So there's a little bit of like peace, comfort, simplicity. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a little bit of simplicity in like what the potential of our next few weeks is. But at the same time, you know, if my players decide they don't want to go in there, they're not going to go in there. All right. I think I've rambled on long enough about the bad session. So I'm going to get ready to go to bed. Thank you all for for everyone who jumped into our stream last night, and my stream last night. Thank you for all the help and the discussion about games for Landon. He had a chance to look at Tales of the Loop on his own, and he was actually pretty stoked about that game system. So I'm probably going to buy him a copy of Tales from the Loop. I might also get him, I think, 2 or 3 other systems. There was 2 that people mentioned. One of them was like free. One of them was like $12. I think the other system I might get him is like the Kids on Brooms. So that'll give him like 3 or 4 systems. Plus, I'll obviously send him a link to the Basic Fantasy 4th edition, because it's totally free. Anyway, so that's like a little cap on that. All right, I'm going to bed. God bless you. Have a good night. Thank you so much for all your comments and your feedback. If you have any tips on shopping, I'd love to hear them. All right, God bless you. Good night.